This is the Cool Photo Tools Podcast, episode number 97, December 12th, 2016.
Are you sick of trying to learn all the new photo software? Are you tired of hearing about the next big thing in photography? Well, neither are we. Welcome to Cool Photo Tools with Jay Pierstorff and Rhonda Spencer.
Today's program is brought to you by Skillshare. For a limited time, get 3 months of Skillshare Premium for just 99 cents. Anyone can take an online class, watch video lessons, and create projects. Over 4,000 premium classes. Go to coolphototools.com/Skillshare for your discount code. That's coolphototools.com/Skillshare. Good morning and happy holidays to all you cool heads watching from all over the world, listening in from everywhere, all around the globe. My name is Jay Pierstorff, and this is Rhonda Spencer, photographer extraordinaire.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Rhonda.
Good morning, good morning. Good morning.
Welcome.
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty darn good considering my advanced age.
What, you grew a lot older between last week and this week?
Seems like it. Just like, time is really...
It's because of shopping.
Yeah, time is compressed as you get older.
I'll tell you.
So we got photo stuff to talk about. Next week, we'll probably have our official
Christmas
gift buying guide.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've already put some things on the website already, so be sure to check out the show notes from the various episodes if you're looking for stuff to buy, photographers and photo enthusiasts of all ages. You want to check that out as well. Okay, so go ahead and get us started here today, Rhonda. We'll get rolling on this. What you got?
I thought this was interesting, something I hadn't ever seen before. This is called a postcard pack. It's where you upload your images and turn them into postcards.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
What does this cost you?
$30.
Okay.
$30.
And how many do you get?
You get 20.
20? All right.
And they're ready to be...
Now, can each image be a different...
Yes.
Each postcard be a different image? Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty darn cool.
And I thought that's...
Where do we get these? I'm ready to sign me up.
These are from... Let's come back out. Artifact Uprising.
Artifactuprising.com. Artifactuprising.com.
I thought that was something different that we haven't
good
ever
URLs
seen.
are really gone.
But
there's like 400 other different extensions besides .com. So, a little creativity. I think it's time to leave the .com alone and pick up a new one.
Well, I think that's really it's a clever way of everybody used to do postcards. Why not do postcards that are your own?
Well, because you could send an email for free.
Well, I know, but when you're
with a photo.
Yeah, but
you can put a picture on Facebook.
This way, people actually have in their hands, a postcard that is from you.
Yeah, and
we just talked about how important printing is.
Right
yes.
After you got your picture on Facebook, and then in 2 days try to find it.
And when you get that great postcard from me that says I was in Egypt and it's got the shows I was over there and I've got the pictures of the pyramids. What better thing to have,
Well, but you can keep it. You can put it in a shoebox and you can give it to your kids. And future generations. If we don't print stuff up,
that's true.
It's gone. Sorry, but digital stuff disappears.
That
it
is
scrolls
true.
off the page.
The thing I liked about this is that they actually, they're made to be mailed. They are the original deal. They're the real deal.
So you actually can put a stamp on it.
You stick
and
a
put it in the
stamp
post.
on it, write your little note on the back of it, and send it away.
Goes right in there.
Yeah. I thought that's clever. No one else has thought about that. They should have.
Well, I don't know that no one has, but because you could get them from
yes,
moo.com, MOO.com. They do make them do. I mean, Impix makes them. I mean, you could get them, but this seems like a good price, and why not?
Yeah.
What else does this place? Do they have any other cool stuff besides just postcards? Do we consider them for a professional photo lab?
I would say they do photo books prints, cards, wall art, gifts. Let's see what gifts look like.
Ooh,
Since we're talking about...
That's probably too late now because, you have to have enough time to get them there.
That's true. That's
should have
true.
thought about it a couple months ago, but maybe for next year.
Brass easel and calendar.
So they got some interesting
do.
photo stuff that's not your run-of-the-mill.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So-
Uprising. Artifacts Uprising stuff. So did you see this?
What?
This is from slrlounge.com. And this is something that, that we have talked about on and on. And this is an article, and it's by Bing Putney. And the article is, how much resolution do you really need? All right, so should you spring for that 30 megapixel Canon 5D Mark IV, or is the 22 megapixel 5D Mark III just fine? What do we really need?
Oh, it depends on what you're doing, I imagine.
Well, yeah, and it depends, and that's probably, that's what the article, I think.
Is telling you.
But you should read it. He comes up with some pretty interesting information here, and he breaks it down. And I'll link to this in the show notes so that you can easily find this. But, it all gets down to the human eye. And he brings up a good point here, is that the human eye is really unequaled. There's no camera that's doing what human eyes attached with the brain do. So, to kind of say, well, how much resolution do you need to simulate the human eye? Well, that's not really the right question. You can't, in that size. But nonetheless, this is some interesting reading. And if you're thinking about if just motivated to upgrade your camera to more megapixels, maybe this would change your mind. I think it's a good reading. I enjoyed reading the article. So, and he's got, look, here's a picture of an eyeball in here. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It's just, there's cool stuff here.
Yeah. Those eyeball
He talks
pictures.
about resolution of lenses. And, basically he kind of says like, well, it's better to have too much than not enough. Well, okay, well, then what's enough? So anyway, I'll link to that. All right, Rhonda, you're up.
All right. For our Nikon friends, they're putting out a 19 millimeter f4 EED and
A PC Nikkor 19 millimeter?
Yeah. It is a tilt shift.
Oh, okay.
And it's 19
These were kind of
millimeters.
hot, a few years ago. I don't see anybody really using them much anymore because Photoshop can do so much of what that was.
Gosh, yeah, and this thing's not cheap. This is $3,500. This is
Yeah.
a piece of glass.
Okay. So it's cool if it's something that you need. If you don't use it very often, probably pass on that. But, with all these professional camera lines, it's nice to have one that, it's nice that it's available.
Yeah.
If you need it, then...
Widest angle of view of any of the Nikkor lenses. So this is their new tout that they're bragging about. Like I said, not a cheap date, but I imagine...
Is this whose website are we looking at here?
This is
link it?
Nikon's.
This is directly from Nikon.com. The PC Nikkor 19 millimeter f4 lens. Tilt shift.
Be fun to play with one.
It would, yeah. I thought about it, and then I thought, well, I might like it, so I better not.
That could do it.
Yeah. All right, so here's one from dpreview.com, and they have announced the winners of the USA Landscape Photographer of the Year 2016.
Are you on there, Jay?
Yes, I am on there.
Good.
I'm here to tell you there's some great looking photos on there. Oh, you want me to switch over so the people on YouTube can see it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm not going to go through all these. I think you should go to their website and
Oh,
look.
that is
But
beautiful.
we'll just
Talk about timing.
Yeah, we'll just take a look at just a couple of these, just to whet your appetite, so that you'll go through and look at the rest of the website. As I have said before, there are no shortage of stunning
Oh, my
photographs
goodness, yeah.
on the internet. So if nothing else,
But it really inspires us to grab our camera and go out there. Look at that. That is gorgeous.
yeah. See, this is why you need to look at the website, because
That's gorgeous.
you can't. We could describe these, but we couldn't
Yeah,
really.
you can't describe
You
them.
can't describe
Yeah.
adequately, not without a ton of time, which we don't have because we are a very busy and popular podcast, at least in our own minds.
All right. Now, moving on.
Up to you, Rhonda.
All right. Did you see this new Sigma 500 F4 DG SM HSM? I love these long names. This is quite a lens. It's a sport lens, 500 millimeter. Not little, but it's quite a lens. Believe me, you'd need to be carrying.
Anybody want this?
I'd like to play with it. I'd like to play with this big old
You can
500
rent this thing,
millimeter.
but probably what they cost, you probably aren't going to buy one.
No, you're right.
Most people, unless you
They're-
have a very specific use.
They're almost $6,000. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling it.
I know, but I'd like to play with it once.
All right, so maybe Sigma will send one for you to play with a little bit.
Yeah, Sigma,
But
send
why
it.
would they? Because they know you're not going to buy it.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm not sending that to Rhonda.
That's right.
She's going to go, well, I had to back up a lot, and I don't know.
Yeah, you would have to back up a lot. You definitely want this for someplace.
I could never get anything all in the picture. I kept backing up.
I was at the museum and all I could get was the eye on the wolf. Couldn't get anything else. Yeah. Amazing.
All right, this is on Sigma's website. We'll
This
link
is
to
on
this.
Sigma.
The Sigma Sports.
If nothing else, you can look at it and go, wow, that's one big lens.
So they're suggesting that this is a lens designed for sporting events.
For sports, yeah, it's supposed to be fast enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you were not able to get very close to the team for whatever reason, then this would probably be the right lens for the job.
This would be the lens I'd want if I was like shooting polar bears.
All right, so how does this, I wonder, compare to the lenses like like Canon or Nikon, their native lenses? Those guys make
About
those too.
$4,000 cheaper, I think.
Oh, so it's substantial.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
their economy of scale still holds up. Like, we
Yeah.
can do that cheaper.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
So if you want a big lens, that would be
and who doesn't?
Who doesn't? All about lens envy.
Well, probably those people that have switched to mirrorless cameras.
True.
not
Yeah,
really
I'm
so
not. I'm
much,
not
yeah.
thinking that you're going to be sticking a mirrorless camera on the back
Well,
of
but
this.
they're
you
like,
could,
yeah, I'd like
although
her-
it looks almost like that's what they've got on the back end of this one, right there. But
Yeah, it could be. Well, that's one of those things where if you're trying to make your outfit smaller, this is not helping you.
no,
This is really specialized though. So
it is.
okay.
Still like to look at it though.
All right, Sigma, if you're listening, send one to Rhonda.
Send one to me and I'll play with it and tell everybody
she'll
how.
let you know what's going
how
on
wonderful
there.
it was.
All right, so this next thing coming up here, this comes to us from pixelpluck.com. And this is an article, which I thought was pretty good here. Does it say who did this? Well, just admin. All right, so this is an article on 145 photography tools and apps for professionals. Now, you don't really have to be a professional to use these, but this is a pretty interesting list. So you got categories of photo enhancers, online editors, free desktop editors, paid desktop editors, and it keeps going on down here. Photo enhancers, online editors. There's a ton of these. So if you're shopping for some kind of an online thing or an app, this is a pretty comprehensive list. I'm looking through this. I'm like, yeah, they pretty much have it nailed. So I'll link to that in the show notes so you can take a look at those. That's from pixelpluck.com. Rhonda.
Okay. For you guys who like to use your cameras, because this is basically for if you're doing video. And it's called the EC1 Beholder 3-axle gimbal stabilizer with encoders.
So
It's an image.
What is this thing?
So if you're walking around, you're doing a movie, you've got a nice smooth where your camera is always going to be on an axle and you're not going to be all jerky.
This is for video, guys.
That's what I said.
Okay.
If you're using your camera for video.
So this is one of those things. This is an electric 3-axis stabilizer. It's got a battery built in. You attach your camera to it, and then you run around as you're shooting movies.
Right.
And it stabilizes your camera by virtue of the fact that it compensates for your movement as you jump around and tilt and shift. It tries to keep the camera level,
Yep.
no matter how you're holding the handle.
So if you're jumping up and down, you're not getting seasick.
Well, yeah, but that's the axis it doesn't stabilize. It doesn't get the fourth axis, which is the up and down from jumping. So it does a pretty good job, but it's not perfect. So you still have to be a little careful on your up and down movement on these. There's a ton of these, and this is just another one. And this one
is
is
a new
from ICANN.
And not cheap.
ICANN.
Not cheap.
ICANN. these aren't, well, because these are for the full-size DSLRs.
Right.
Right, so they're showing this with a big honking
Camera on it.
So how much is this, Rhonda?
$949.99. So $950.
$950.
Yeah.
And I think that's I think I've seen some of these for around the $700 mark for various. So that's it's in the ballpark. Boy, there's sure a ton of these. And of course, if you get them for smaller cameras, they don't have to have so much mass,
Right.
and they get cheaper.
Right.
So the littler the camera you get.
Well, definitely, if you're using like your 5D Mark III, you're going to want something that's going to be stout enough that you're not going to drop your camera off of it.
But you can't shoot 4K with your 5D Mark III.
True. All right, stick the 5D Mark IV on it.
I don't know. Well, these are real handy. Certainly.
Well, this one looks like it's very well made, which it should for the price that they're putting on it.
Yeah.
But
Scroll to the one that shows the back view. There's one of these. I think that's a problem with some of these, and
let's go.
one of the motors blocks the view screen. So if you are working with, trying to see the view screen on the back of the camera.
Let's see. Okay, here it's coming around.
Spinning around here. Yeah, so look at that. Boom, the motor blocks the 1/3 of the right-hand side of the view screen. There's space for you to get your thumb under it to adjust some of the buttons. But I think that the idea is that, once it's up and running, you're not really paying that much attention.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think, couldn't they move that somewhere else?
You would
It doesn't have to
think.
be right in front of the view screen.
You would think, especially because like when you're doing video, that's where you're actually looking at.
Okay, well, I don't know. I'm not sure what the competition's doing, so I could be wrong on that. I could be totally. No, I don't think so. I'm usually right. Stop laughing at me. What?
Never mind.
Okay. So coming up here, this is our friends at Edelkrone. We talk about them a lot, don't we? They still haven't told me if I'm pronouncing it right yet, so maybe I am. They've got another wacky gadget part 2. This is an update of a wacky gadget that they had before, and this is the Flex Tilt Head 2. They weren't happy with one, so they made 2, so to speak. They made a second one, and this is a device. Okay, it's showing them putting it on a tripod, and it's not very big. It's about like the size of 2 packs of cigarettes, or a couple cassette tapes, or an 8-track tape, and then you put the camera on it with the tripod socket there, and now you can just lift it up and tilt it. These got little rails that kind of come up and out, so instead of moving your tripod all around, all you have to do is just physically lift your camera around and position it. And this helps you, and look, you can use it you can tip it over the edge where you can shoot down on the floor below your tripod. I don't know what that drone's for. We're watching a video that he'll put on here. They just showed a gratuitous shot of a drone. I don't know what that was even about. Didn't have anything to do with anything, did it?
I don't think
Anyway,
so.
so there's some of their other products. And there's the Flex Tilt Head is on one of their sliders.
That's nice.
There's various camera. It holds all different cameras because it has the universal 1/4-inch threaded tripod socket. This thing is really small when it's compacted up. You could put it in your pocket, your camera bag. So that's the Flex Tilt Head 2 from Edelkrone.com, Edelkrone. Goofy stuff, just really, but kind of neat. Not in a bad way. Just like, wow, I never thought about that. I'll bet I would like that if I owned that. I bet I would use it.
Righto.
Wake up, Rhonda.
I'm awake.
All right.
I am. I was just looking at Gary Fong's got.
Gary.
Yeah,
What's Gary been up to lately?
He's got a bounce panel here, so that something a little different for all you people. Let's run his little video.
Let's do that. Let's run it full size so we can get the full impact of what Gary's telling us this week. I like Gary's videos on. He has instructional videos on cameras. I ordered one of his on the Sony A6300. And he goes through it and shows you where all the features are and how to set it up and what does what.
He does really good. He's got innovative products. So yes, here you have where you've got your little
it's
flash,
a pop-up flash on, looks like a mirrorless camera of some type.
And he's If we had sound on it, you could hear what he was saying.
Well, but you'd be no
But
reason to go to his website
that's
and
true.
order one of these. So we don't want to give everything
But look,
away
he's
here.
gotten really smart that he's put this little diffuser
this is
up.
kind of cute.
Yes. So
So there's a little plastic
So
thing
that-
that slides in the hot shoe of the camera, and it's got like LEDs on it.
you can.
But it's not. It's just it's a reflector.
Yeah, it's a reflector, but it bounces the light.
But okay, now so the camera has to be able to have its little pop-up flash
Right.
bent backwards,
Right.
which some of them do, but some of them don't. So depending on which camera you've got, it's a diffusion panel. It's kind of like a diffusion card.
Yeah.
All right. So you could do this with a white piece of paper, maybe, huh? But it wouldn't be so slick or handy. Oh, and then it folds down, and then it protects your view screen.
Yeah.
You can put it back on.
He
the
got
other way
really
for storage.
clever.
All right. Well.
And you've got colors.
Oh, and so here's a one that's made out of yellow plastic to kind of warm up the
it up
room a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anybody knows that
So do you have
onboard
to
flash.
But do you have to hold the flash backwards when you shoot like that? Do you have to?
No,
or does it automatically do it?
It looked like he automatically put it back.
Don't know on this.
Yeah.
How much do these cost?
$19.
Okay, so
Isn't that cheap?
cheap enough.
Yeah.
But there's not much to them either. Just a
See?
piece of plastic. So, but
See, well, actually, what he did
It
is
does.
just put the flash just behind it.
it's got some way to hold on. We'll have to look at that closer.
Yeah.
It's got some way that seems like it holds that flash towards the. The flash pops up and then it's
Sits
tilted
behind.
back at
Yeah.
the reflector that's sitting
In
in
front
the
of it.
hot shoe. That's hard to describe exactly.
It is. You have to
look at
you
that
have to
one.
go on and
That's
look.
why we have show notes and we can
That's
link
right.
to the
But
to the
see?
real deal here.
$19.95,
Bounce panel.
$20 bucks.
Gary Fong's bounce panel. All right, good on you, Gary. Always thinking up
New things.
new and cool stuff. You get the new and cool stuff, Cool Photo Tools Award for the week.
Should we
So-
give him applause?
Nah,
No? All right.
you got. That's over the top. Okay. So here's an article on the website of Petapixel.
Let's
Our
see it, Jay.
friends that are at petapixel.com. And this is an article by Michael Zhang. And he's saying, he's got an iPhone 7 versus a Leica M9P, a side-by-side photo comparison. So the iPhone 7 camera, which is firstly a phone and secondly a camera, versus the Leica M9P, which is firstly a camera and doesn't have any phone on it at all. So how do you think they did, Rhonda? How did that comparison go head to head? Who do you think won?
I would think the camera because the sensor's bigger.
Well, now let me just tell you that, the iPhone 7 is
Yeah.
about $600 to $700, depending on how it's configured. And the Leica M9P with the Summicron lens is worth about $9,000.
Oh, no, then the iPhone's definitely got it hands down.
Yeah.
Of course, they're going to have much better technology.
And you might be saying, well, why would you even compare this? Clearly, the iPhone's the winner. I don't think that's clear at all.
No.
Anyway, so there's some shots here that if you go to I'll link to this in the show notes. But if you look at these shots, you can see that here's a shot from and now the iPhone 7 shoots RAW. Now that's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
That's pretty cool.
That is a big deal.
All right, so that kind of narrows the gap a little bit there. All right, so if we look at these pictures, we can go down here and you see there's the iPhone, and then here's the Leica M9, and then the interesting part is where they get to actually showing the full-size crops side by side, and as you'd expect, the Leica beats the iPhone 7 in sharpness.
You would hope so.
Yeah. So, but I think the interesting part of this article, and you should take a look at this yourself. You should, go to the link, go for Cool Photo Tools, go to the show notes. I'll link you right to this page. You can see for yourself with your own eyeballs that I think the interesting part is maybe we should put this another way. So, did the Leica beat the iPhone by $8,000?
Well, that's a good point.
Are they $8,000 sharper?
That is definitely a good point.
And really, as far as tonality, I don't think that there's any real advantage. I think we're just seeing an increase in resolution. That the Leica stopped some of the raindrops a little more, or a little more detail, however you want to put it. But tonality doesn't look much different to me, at least in this shot. And I'm not that this is a scientific comparison, but pretty dang good. So good on you, Apple. The iPhone 7 camera is a smoking deal. You might want to hold off on that Leica for a couple of months till you see how that goes. I'm just saying.
Just saying. Okay.
These are fun. I don't know that they're not going to, I'm still not going to trade my cameras in on a camera phone. I have a camera phone and I use it once in a while and it's pretty good. Sometimes it does a better job than I do setting my stuff on manual. I don't really want to talk about that, but all right.
Okay.
Rhonda, you're up.
So I haven't talked about camera straps in a while. I thought this was a styling.
You haven't. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, this is a styling looking camera strap. I like the colors. It's got
You know what that would
leather.
go good with?
What's that?
The headphones that you were interested in.
You're right. Both of them very stylish. Yeah.
Can you get those? You could wear the headphones and that camera strap at the same time.
Yes. But look at this. Yeah, you can get it personalized
I
with
can
your
see
name
that.
on it. It's very
'cause I
nice.
don't know. Is there different color choices on this? Because this is like brown and teal. I don't think of those two going together.
I know, but they do really well. Yeah. I mean, that's like the desert colors. Yeah, you can get a few different colors.
Now, can you get these personalized?
Yes. Yes, monogram. See? There you go.
Oh.
And they are doing this with real leather. This isn't imitation leather. This is real leather.
Because it would be cheaper.
Well, imitation leather.
So
would
these are
be.
wide straps.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing this.
See?
All right. And then you can. Where does the personalization? Oh, I see right on the
See?
top of
Right here, on
the
the-
shoulder pad.
Uh-huh.
You can personalize
You
it.
can personalize it.
This one says Emma. I wouldn't want that one.
No, I don't think
Mine to
Emma
say
would.
something else.
Yeah, I think Emma probably wouldn't be good for you.
All right.
But
So
nice looking though.
there are different colors. You said
Uh-huh.
different colors. And this
Although
is-
I like this teal.
And this is coming to us from photostrap.com. And photo is spelled FOTOSTRAP.com.
And this is called the Seaside.
The Seaside.
Yep.
The
Yep.
Seaside Photo Strap.
I like how it hangs low too. This is Jay's major thing that he talks about, how straps sometimes are sitting on the top of his chest.
Well, yes, that's because, I'm too muscular.
Yes.
I have an athletic build.
But look how nice and long this is. So it works well for like a guy.
Well, does it?
Yeah.
Does it list, tell me how long is it? Does it have a dimensions it lists somewhere? Because this girl that's in the model in the picture, she could be like 3.5 feet tall.
I'm not thinking,
There's-
she just doesn't strike me that she's 3.5 feet
I
tall.
don't know.
So
Some of those models aren't very big.
let's go. Adjustable to 53 inches long.
Do they have any other colors you can show me there?
Oh, let me look.
I mean, if you click on one of those options, does it, the drop down there where it says no personalization?
No
and I noticed they had some different
personalization.
things. They're just different font colors.
No, but I know that they do make different straps of different colors because I was looking.
Okay, so is that all these guys make? Is just
That's all they do is straps.
Okay, well they probably have more than one then,
Yes.
don't you think?
Yes. Well, I say just straps, not exactly. Look, okay.
Oh, there's a
There you
camera
go.
bag.
So there's
Okay,
your
they do
different
have
colors.
different colors. All right, because that
There's-
was, they're kind of, there's a fuchsia one, and there's some
The
earth
fuchsia,
tones too,
white,
and some
graphite.
Yeah. All right, these are interesting.
Yeah.
Take this a little different, your style can go to a different level with these guys. All right, photostrap.com with an F. All right, so this was in the Pop Photos website, which is the popular photography magazine of the same name. And they had an article back in October by Stan Horacek. Excuse me if that's not correct, Stan. And this was a good one. This is back at Photo Plus Expo that happened a few weeks ago in New York. And he's their favorite things that they saw on the showroom floor. And so these are always fun to look at because this is what's coming. This is the things that you're going to be wanting next summer or maybe even for next Christmas. And so they showed some kind of interesting stuff. Leica has a new camera, the Leica Q Titanium. If you need to spend more than usual for your cameras. And they were showing off the Sony A6500 mirrorless camera, which is the latest and greatest mirrorless Sony was there. And look at these interesting lenses. These are Sigma makes a line of cinema lenses. These are for the big Blackmagic or the heavy-duty interchangeable lens video cameras. They have a ton of those. Sigma's introducing a lot of products lately. They seem to really be kicking butt and taking names. And of
They're
course,
right with Sony. Sony just keeps pumping out the camera. Sigma just keeps pumping out the other.
well, you're right. Sony's right there too. Like, let's make a new camera this week. Yeah. Okay, good. Good on you, Sony. I'll buy it. Anyway, so back to this. These are some we've talked about. The Ricoh Theta SC, which is the 360-degree virtual reality camera with less memory and more colors and $50 less than the old model. Nikon's 70 to 200 f2.8. A lot of people excited about that one. Oh, here's this one that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The Nikkor 19 millimeter. Ooh, look at the way that glass sticks out in the front there. You can't put a filter on the front of this lens.
No. Yeah, you'd have to be awfully careful.
And don't drop it.
No.
And don't try to clean it with sandpaper.
And don't take a quick move with it in your hand. That would be bad. Come around a corner.
But here's something.
There's something you need there.
I thought this was something you liked.
It is. It's cute. Okay.
This is a kid photography. Well, you can tell us about it, Rhonda. Go ahead.
So if you're doing children photography, a lot of times they get scared at the camera. So this is a cute little thing that wraps around the end of your lens. It looks like kind of a different colored little inchworm with a little smiley face on it. Makes it like where the camera just looks warm and fuzzy so the kids don't get scared.
And it's spring-loaded so that you can fire it at them just like the top of a Samsung washing machine.
I'm not thinking that's true.
No, I'm kidding.
That's Jay's new feature in it.
Send hate mail to Rhonda Spencer.
No, I think that's cute. I think that it makes...
All right, so those of you listening on iTunes, this is a little plush toy thing that you wrap around the lens of your camera. This one looks like a multicolored worm, snake or something.
Like a little inchworm.
And so this is going to really calm those children down. They're in front of your camera. They're like, that big, scary, fat photographer has a colored inchworm on his lens. I feel secure now. Right? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just saying.
There you go. So what else have they got here? What is this?
Oh, Alpha lens controller. Let's see here. Specialty lenses. I don't know what that is.
What is that? Yeah.
Alpha lens controller. Controller allows for lenses like Canon EF and Hasselblad medium format lenses to be adapted to the Alpha medium format systems. And it says if you don't really understand what that means, don't worry about it because they cost more than $50,000.
Yeah,
okay.
never mind.
Good. I was worried. I didn't know what that was. Yeah, that's clearly why I don't know what it is.
That's probably.
Okay, here is a lens pouch, which is fancy. The Hold X Moneymaker lens pouch.
Yeah, I think.
All right, there's a bunch more stuff on this page, and we will link to that in the show notes. But you know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's time for lunch. We have to go.
Time for lunch. It's lunchtime.
We're so out of here. We're going to go to lunch.
We're going to go to lunch.
And we'll talk to you next week.
That's right.
Yeah, next week.
We're getting closer to the holidays.
It is. Where's we don't have a Christmas tree in the studio yet.
The Grinch here.
Yeah. Well, we're not putting that up. We're going to buy photography gear.
Oh, I think that's a good idea.
All right.
Wonderful idea.
All right, everybody. See you next week.
Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You've been listening to the Cool Photo Tools podcast. Sign up for our mailing list at coolphototools.com. Got a question? Send an email or MP3 audio file to info@coolphototools.com. Thanks for listening.